Okay, so this strategy is called the standard algorithm, and this is what we grew up with, like your families, myself. This is what we are used to doing. It's very much like partial products, just a little more cleaned up, a little simpler, but you need to think partial products on your, like, while you learn this strategy. So I'm going to do a partial products version. We'll do 425 times 3. And I'm going to walk you through that, and then I want you to see how it kind of ties in with that strategy. So at first we would do 3 times 5, which is 15. Next we would do 3 times 20, which is 60. And then we would do 3 times 400, which is 1,200. And then add our partial products back together. Now the cool thing is that you kind of set up the standard algorithm the same way. So you would still set up 425 times 3 like this, but this time you don't do all of this stuff. You just kind of you take the process the same way, but you don't have to do all the extra stuff. So you still start off with 3 times 5. 3 times 5 being 15, but this time you have to regroup like you would in addition. So 15 would look like this, right? Well, I'm going to put a little +1 up here and circle that because you'll see why in just a second. Next, you do 3 times 2, and this time you do use that 2 as a 2 and not 20. So you do 3 times 2, which is 6, and then this little thing, you add that to it. So that 1, so we're going to add 6 plus 1, which is 7. So we're going to put a 7 right here. And now I'm going to X that out because I've already used it. Then we're going to use 3 times 4. And 3 times 4 is 12. So I'm going to put 12. See, it's a little bit cleaner, but you still end up with the same product. Just remember that when you regroup, so when we grouped our 15, this 1 that we added up here, we had to add it to the next multiplication equation or next multiplication section. So let's try this one. We're going to try 564 times 2. Just keeping it simple. So first we start with 2 times 4, which is 8. Next we go to 2 times 6, which is 12. So again, we're going to put our 2 down and add our 1 up here at the top. Then we would go 2 times 5, which is 10. Add 1 more, which is 11. Okay, so this one, I'm going to write this one down, and I'd like for you to pause the video, try this one on your own, and then start the video again to make sure that we work through it together. So I'd like for you, to pause the video right quick and try 536 times 3. I'd like for you to pause it right quick, try 536 times 3. When you're finished, come back. So I'm going to assume that you tried it. Hopefully you did. And so we're going to go through it right quick. So now we have 3 times 6, which is 18. So 8 and 1 to add up here. Next we go to 3 times 3 is 9 plus 1 more is 10. Then we have 3 times 5 is 15 plus 1 more is 16. So your product should have been 1,608. All right, so on your guide sheet, you should have a couple more problems to try with this strategy. So I'd like to encourage you to give it some tries. And if you get stuck or if you need some help, I know that Miss Nix is here for you. And you can also go back and watch these videos as a refresher.